Okay, let's look at changing that color. So, first of all, when you give somebody a color, got to tell them what hex code you want. It's just everybody's got a different impression. To me, this is navy over here. I like this navy, but all of this could be supposedly, well, I guess that's obsidian blues. Navy blue is this like really, yeah, not good. So I'm going to go with this one. So I've just copied that hex code, okay? And then how to do this in Photopea. So I made the drive folder, and I put the PSD file up here, right? So you would just download this. And yeah, I just don't know how to do it in Photopea, do I? I need to give you the actual SVG, and then you're going to have to line it back up. It's the only way I can think to do it. So, what we would do is we would, I'll save this SVG. All right, so we'll do File, Save As, and we'll save that Saints SVG, still have it there. And then I'm going to put that up in your folder too. So now you've got the SVG. So download the PSD and then download the SVG. And then we're going to go to Photopea. And we're going to open that PSD. And then we're going to download that SVG. And then we're going to go to Inkscape.org. And we're going to do download now. And you're just going to download the Microsoft Windows desktop right there. 64-bit. Pretty much always. Windows installer package. Very hard. All right, lots of choices. I'm just assuming that you're on Windows. And then, so that's going to download, then you can install it. But I've already got it installed here. And we've got that color palette picked. So we're going to do object, fill and stroke. Or you can do object, layers, and objects if you don't see this layers panel. And then you can just select this gray, and then we'll do object, fill, and stroke if you don't have that open. But I could have just clicked from here to my fill and stroke. That's how you work with it. And then with that color selector, we're just going to select the first 6 digits and paste it in there. And then we've got our Saints SVG, so we can save that. I don't know how things work in Photopea to replace a layer. So we're up here in our artwork. Like if we double click on this, it takes us in here, which is this Saints SVG. Okay, that's going to work for us. And so we're just going to try dragging. We may even be able to edit these colors right here. Yes. All right. Look, I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. Because the SVG is already here, we can literally just edit them in Photopea. That is incredible. And I mean, I just have to say the developer of this software is pretty amazing. What a guy. All right, so now I just hit Control S to save it. And then I'm just coming back here, and there it is. And so now I'm ready to export. So I would just do File, Export As, PNG. Ooh, it looks pixelated. Yeah, no good. We tried. We really thought we were doing something good there. All right, let's pull in this Saints SVG. So let's look at that again. So we're going to do File, Export as PNG. So I guess when you open the SVG and save it again, it just converts to pixels. So it's not really an SVG after that. After Photopea has edited it, I bet this white down here, yeah, that's laser sharp because it's not been messed up. So let's just drag that new version that we made with Inkscape in, okay? And I'm just dropping it on the stage. I'm holding Shift to try to constrain it. I'm not sure if that is even a thing, but it's definitely popping right in place. And I'm just going to hit Enter to confirm. And if I'm nervous, I can always increase my canvas size relative. Give it 100 pixels or all the way around. You know, if I'm nervous that it's not placed exactly right, I don't want to have any parts cut off the edge. And then I can do image trim, transparent. All right. And now I want to turn off the gray one. So here is my, oh, well, I've got one that's good and one that's bad, don't I? I've got one that's messed up. I'm just going to delete this one, hoping I did the right one. And then we're going to do File, Export as PNG, because we're about to find out. Yep, it looks nice and sharp. It's not perfect, which is surprising. Let's just hit Control Z. I guess this is just kind of a, I guess this is just a kind of a you know, thing that Photopea is not great at. So it's really pixelated there. It's better here. File, export as PNG. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm super picky. I see semi-transparency. I see problems, and so I don't want that. And I'm going to give you the good one because I can't help myself. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to open recent, this Saint softball. We're going to just revert it to where it's back to where it is. And then I'm going to just, the way you would do this, you know, in Photoshop is just double click it, grab the object. There's our gray. Fill and stroke. Paste what you got. Save it. Back to Photoshop. All good. File, export, quick export as PNG, and we call it Saint Softball Navy. And of course we put 4500 PX, RTB, and my name. Boom.